lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be doing a video on Taurus Rising and explaining how they are, their characteristic traits, how people look at someone who has a Taurus Rising. I'll be also giving personality traits and physical traits that go along with Taurus Rising. I will also be giving an example that we all know of someone who has a Taurus Rising and someone who really shows those traits and characteristics of someone who has a Taurus Rising. So get comfortable while we dive into Taurus Rising. Please stay tuned for the rest of my video. Before we get into the video, if you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when I upload new videos. Also share this with all of your friends, family members, enemies, or anyone who you know who may have a Taurus Rising or someone who's interested in knowing about risings. Also like the video because I know you guys will love it. Now let's get right into the video. In our natal charts, the three top important things in that natal chart is your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So your rising sign is basically how you approach life, how people see you, and your perception of the world. So when you're thinking about a rising sign, these are the three parts that you really have to think about and you really have to look into in order for you to really understand any rising signs. So every rising sign is different, just like every sun sign is different, just like every moon sign is different, because they're all going to approach life differently. They're all going to be seen differently in society. And their perception of the world is going to be completely different than another rising sign. And since we're talking about a Taurus rising, they approach life in a very practical and stable way. So they're going to have a lot of traits of the Zodiac sign Taurus in the sun sign. So things that make sense to them and things that is tangible to them, they will deal with. They only do things or want to do things with security. So if there's something that needs to be done and they don't see the purpose of it, they don't see the practicality of it, they don't see how this can give them security or give them shelter or give them something that they can see with their hands and something that can help them in the future and not only in the present, they're not going to do it. And security to them is a very practical plan. So security can mean so many other things to different zodiac signs, like maybe not like a house, but security of the mind. But for Taurus, it's physical security, like a house, a car, a tangible income, basically anything that they can see and feel. Someone with a Taurus rising will not be involved with something that does not add value to their life. So in order for them to do something, there needs to be something in return for them. And we're not saying that people with a Taurus rising are very selfish. However, they do know in life that life should be a reciprocal relationship. So if I do something for you, you should do something in return for me. Because they don't want to end up looking like the person who was foolish on one end when they do something for someone and nothing is done in return, and people are disrespecting them because of that. So they want to make sure that anything that they do is practical and stable. And another reason why they're like this is because they're ruled by the planet of Venus. And the planet of Venus loves value. So anything that can bring value to their life in any way, that's something that they're going to set their mind on. And because of this, they are unapologetic. So when they say something, they mean it, regardless of how other people may feel or how other people may take what they say. They're just unapologetically them, and whether you like it or not, that's just who they're going to be. And this can also have a positive to it because they're not a person that will put on a show. They're just going to be who they are wherever they are. But this could be negative because in society sometimes we have to not say things that we're always thinking about, so that can get them in a lot of trouble as well. Along with being unapologetic, they are very stubborn and set in their ways at times, and this is one of the traits of the zodiac sign Taurus. And you know that their symbol is a ram, and the ram is stubborn, so just blame it on the symbol. And because they're set in their ways, a lot of people can't really tell them what to do. But because they are stubborn and unapologetic, they are not indecisive people. They know what they want at all times and at all moments. So they know what they want before even saying it. So when they say it, they don't really change their stance on anything. So you know where you stand when a Taurus speaks, because they make sure that their decision is made right then and there. They don't say one thing and then later on say something different. They try their best to be consistent and unapologetic. They're kind of like, I said what I said and I'm not changing it. Another thing about Taurus, because they love value, they have a great taste and they're very stylish. So they have great taste in cars and anything material-like, as well as clothes, as well as shoes. They love to look their best in all moments in time. So, a lot of people who may be fashion designers or good with designing things, they more than likely will have a Taurus rising because they are great with style and they just have a great taste in things. So if you want to know a great outfit or what colors matches with other things, you should more than likely go to someone who has a Taurus rising. Someone with a Taurus rising is also very chill. They're very comfortable people. They're not really argumentative, especially if they don't have to argue. They're someone who you can be with and just sit and you can talk about anything. They're very comfortable people to be around. They know how to make you feel at home. Another trait is that they are very polite and that they're very mannerful people. They try their best to be kind to everyone. Even though they're unapologetic, they're very nice and sweet people. They say thank you, please. They have a lot of manners and they're very kind. Another thing is that they're very bougie. They love the best things because they're stylish. They are ruled by Venus, who loves value and who knows beauty. So they're very bougie. They love the next designer thing. They're very up to date with fashion, and they just love to look their best and look the best in the room. Now we're going to go on to their physical traits. People who have a Taurus rising are very beautiful people. They look very nice, and depending on the person, they're very sensual. They have a very nice speaking voice. They're more than likely going to have a slim white nose. They have this beautiful glow and this presence about them that when they walk in the room, people appreciate them and know that they are the best thing around. And two examples of these are Miley Cyrus and Mariah Carey. They're very down to earth. They have a great sense of style. They're very unapologetic in what they say and their approaches in life. And a lot of people do admire them and appreciate them, and they look up to them. And they also do match a lot of the facial features and physical traits of someone who has a Taurus rising. That's all that I have for you guys today, and I'm so happy that we were able to talk about Taurus rising and explain it a little more and get a better understanding of them. You guys see my social media accounts on the screen. Also, it is linked down below to follow all of my social media accounts. Let me know down below what your rising is and whether you agree with everything I said today, or you guys can add more information down below as to how you feel about the information given today. Share this with anyone who has a Taurus rising and ask them, is this correct? Is this you? Well, I appreciate you all. You guys, please stay lovely and healthy and know that you're loved. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.